Hello again, everyone. This is William. Yeah. Yes, of course, I'm going to do the Battle of the Bands for you. Yeah. I have been. I have been putting it up in the last couple of nights, but there's a lot to get through, you know. What we're doing is we're not doing the early years this time. We did last time. And last time I did it was won by Bing Crosby, so we said, well, then, I know you got a band behind him and all that, but it's not the type of band I mean. Like the pop groups of the 60s, rock and roll in the 50s and 70s and right away through. So we're going to cover this time the other end. Yeah, because we last time we covered even Edison, we covered right from 1900s. We're going to do the 50s, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, 10s, and 20s. And I promise you we'll finish them before 30. We should finish them this month. But there's a lot there, a lot of good bands, especially in the 60s and right away through, really. I don't get involved with bands so much these days. Well, there just isn't really any good ones. But we'll have some characters, yeah. We'll have some of them are good bands, yeah. Right. So the place to start is in the 50s, yeah. When I was in the 50s, I really enjoyed it, you know. I was only a little lad then, but I mean, other people bigger than me were rocking and rolling. I mean, and I was trying to do the twist. I was a bit later on, yeah. Right. Um, so where we go, and it's a backpack show, it just keeps you going. I don't know what to the 50s now. Yeah. Now, before we get the final list of the best of the 50s, they've got to work their way through against their own people, you could say, yeah, their own bands and people of the 50s. And in fact, one artist could have three or four good, so it's up to choose first their own best one, right? We do go on the views of people, so there we do, and then we do time, also views and time. There've been no draws in this. Right. So we start off where I think rock and roll really started off, right? Bill Haley in his comments, Rock Around the Clock, was stated in 1956, remastered and colorized, right? Yeah. That one got 8.8 million. Say Lit Alligator is a good one by them, Bill Haley comments. Got all his discs, 5.5 million. And Shake, Rattle and Roll, Bill Haley in his comments, 6.6 million. We thought that those were probably his best. Probably his best. Yeah, with Rock Around the Clock winning that season there. Yeah, went through. Bobby Darin, Mark the Knife. No, it's only a German show, but I didn't really like Mark the Knife so much as these other ones. I don't know. This didn't appeal to me anyway. But we looked at the scores and that, the 2.5 million for that one. We gave that one to Bobby Darin, yeah. But we'll even that out when we find the final list. Meanwhile, we've got to walk through all the artists in the 50s, Yeah, well, some of them won't qualify as not rock and roll bands, but Elvis, Jailhouse Rock, well, of course he had a band, his own as, yeah. 285 million for that one. I think that's his best. I've got up Heartbreak Hotel at 31 million and 43 million with Hound Dog. I do like Hound Dog. 21 million with All Shook Up. And now and then there's a fool such as a 3.1 million. And Love Me Tender 4.9. Let Me Be a Teddy Bear 9.7. 18 million for Don't Be Cruel. Yeah. I like this, one of the best ones that I could choose from them. But I liked Jailhouse Rock, I think was the best. And I think went through there of the Elvis Presley ones. The short dance, it's hardly a band, but a singing group, but let's do one from them. Mr. Sandman live in 1958, 12 million, that was good for them. And also could be said about the Kingston Trio. Yeah, they've got the banjo and the guitars and that, and they did Tom Dooley, a rather slow song, not fitting in with rock and roll. But they're two from this stage also. Fats Domino is nominated for three. Blueberry Hill at 21 million. 634K for That a Shame. And Blue Monday 51K. So the winner there is Blueberry Hill. I think it's his best as well, yeah. Buddy Holly got so many great songs. Hard to find his best. That'll be the deal. 4.1 million. It might not be his best video, you see. It's just the videos that we've got up. Oh Boy 1.2, 1.1, Peggy Sue, they're all from the same album. Peggy Sue got married at 209K. 4.8 million. That's good. That's Ray Vaughan. 19 million from Every Day. I thought it was a bit slow for rock and roll, but he did all kinds. Sure, Bunny Holly will get through there. Jerry Lee Lewis next. Great Balls of Fire. 14 million and 11 million for a whole lot of shaking going on. Jerry Lee Lewis, yeah. Paul Anka, yeah. Diana and Paul Anka Lonely Boy. 43 million for Diana, yeah, it stands out. But he's not actually rock and roll, so he may not get through there. Frankie Avalon, Gingerbread, I think was his best, 122K. But again, he's not up to the rock and roll. The Kalen Twins, when 1958, that was when 124K, good pullers, but not really classed as a rock and roll band. The Everly Brothers were always classed as a band. All I have to do is dream, 50 million. Yeah, and Bye Bye Love, Walk Right Back, Bird Dog, Wake Up Little Susie. So it's that first one that I gave you. All I have to do is dream, 50 million is their best. Lloyd Price, I liked him. Personality, 2 million. But I like this Stagger Lee much better. 6.3 million. He's the one that's going through. I like Guy Mitchell too. Not actually a band, but he's got a band behind him. She wears red feathers. Yeah, we sung it as a child. At the school, I think, yeah. 507K. Singing the Blues, 1.1 million. And 2.8 million for Heartaches by the Numbers. I think there was 3 was best, if you ask me. Heartaches by the Numbers on figures is said to be the best. Chuck Berry, well, he got such a lot, but we put up members from the Sea from his 50s ones, you see. May come again in the 60s. 744K for that. 1.3 million for Sweet Little 16, 1958. And I think that's the better one. Patty Page, how much is that doggy in the window? It's only on sale this week at 50 pence, Patty. You can have it if you want. Because it's not rock and roll, but an interesting record what we used to sing. Well, of course, you were one of your kids then. Connie Francis, Who's Sorry Now, 1.8 million, and Stupid Cupid beat that one at 3.3 million. Connie Francis lipstick on your collar, but only 151k for that. Carl Perkins with his blue suede shoes and Elvis took it off him, 1.7 million. Gene Benson and the Blue Caps beat Bopalula, probably their best. Got Blue Jean Bob, but 474k beats 421k. Bopalula is reckoned to be Gene Benson's best. Little Richard, another one is hard to please because got a lot of good songs there. 11 million for Good Golly Miss Molly. 34 for Long Tall Sally. Long Tall Sally seemed to be best. Tutti Frutti, 21 million. 4.4 for Lucille. Babyface, only Key, 116. Yeah. So his best from that little lot is Long Tall Sally. Cliff Richard, well, with the Drifters, all the shadows, late 50s. Living Doll, that one would be with the Drifters, 102k. With the shadows, move it. Try to pick up the beat there, you see. 3.2 million. Yes. And beat the Drifters High Class Baby at 177. Yeah. And Dynamite, 2.9k. But the best from that little lot, Scenery Move It with Cliff. Neil Sedaka or Carol, yeah, I would say had a lot of good ones in the 60s, but that's his late one in the 50s. And that's all we can put through because that's in the 50s. Rosemary Clooney, I think our best record is this Old House. Shakin' Stevens did it in the 80s. I mean, so many people have done the Old House. Some giving up on the end and bricked it up. 463k. I think that's the best. Why the Fools Fall in Love, Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, because they hear this record and they fall in love. I put that one through for them. Little Darling by the Diamonds, that's probably their best, 17 million. Danny and the Juniors are quite famous for the Hope because that's all I had. I like Larry Williams, Bonnie Maroney, 613k, and Shortbread Bunny only got 527k. Marvin Rainwater liked Whole Lot of Woman, and he didn't have much other hits, 83k. Now Lonnie Donegan, losing the voice, had quite a lot. Tony Rock Me Daddy or what is Skiffle Group? 14k. Cumberland Gap 540. Put It on the Style. Which of those three I like probably best up to now? Gambling Man 102. 406 for Putting on the Style. And does Sean come notice for them? Battle of New Orleans, yeah. Wasn't like a battle of the bands, but that would be his best to have got up there. We've got a Tab Hunter. Yes, he was up all night looking for a tab. Yes, and he had when he had his young love, yeah. Freddie Cannon, we just lost him a couple of weeks ago, yeah, but he's more famous for his 60s ones. But in the 50s, he did Tallahassee Lassie. Yeah, put that through from Tommy Steele. Rock with a Caveman is singing the blues. Guy Mitchell was singing it as well, or Little White Bull. Of that list, singing the blues is probably his best. Coasters, Poison Ivy, Searching, Love Potion number 9, all famous for the Coasters. Searching 1.9 million, Yakety Yak 8.8 million, and Charlie Brown, yeah. Yakety Yak would be the one to go through there. Contours, Do You Love Me? Now That I Can Dance, yeah. Frankie Vaughan with the Green Door, yeah. Well, I liked it, but somebody played it at Blow, yeah. Oh, somebody painted it yellow. Oh, yeah. And somebody else painted it green again. Because it had to be green because there was a Garden of Eden, you see, and everything in there was green, yeah. But it was Garden of Eden that won them too and got through. Dion and the Bellmans, Teenage and Low. Ricky Nelson, poor little fool. And it's late. And here's a one we used to sing at school when we were young. That's why I put it up. Stevie Marsh, if you were the only boy in the world, the girl said. Yeah, I'm the only girl, yeah. Bo Diddley. Hard to find the best from Bo Diddley. I think Bo Diddley himself, 1955. Eddie Cochran's got some good ones. Come on, everybody. Yeah, what's yours, that? Because all that one's in the 60s. Um, something else. Well, something else is not sure. So something else is there with 585. Okay, 20 Fried Rock with 1 million. But come on, everybody, it's still 4.4 million. A lot of people disagree because Summertime Blues, yeah, it's 3.9 million. Said to be best. Dion and the Bellmans, I wonder why, 58, yeah. Screaming Joe Hawkins, I put a spell on you. Yeah. There's many done that record. Put a spell on you, Anne Price, Nina Simone, yeah. Creedence Clearwater, Joe Hawkins, yeah. The Bamba single by Richie Valens. Donna also, and Come On, Let's Go. Lollipop by the Chordads on the list. Rebel Rouser, Dwayne Eddy, I think that would be his best. Certainly Rumble by Link Ray is his best. Rockin' Bobby Day, Rockin' Robin. Frankie Ford and the Sea Cruise was popular in my young day. Floyd Robinson Making Love, but it wasn't exactly rock and roll. 59 it came out. Isley Brothers Shout, yeah. Freddie Bell and the Bell Boys, Giddy Up a Ding Dong, Vika Skiffle Group, Don't You Rock Me Daddy O, Memphis, Tennessee, Chuck Berry, can be considered, I think we had it up there. Reelin' and a Rockin' from Chuck Berry, 58. Maybelline, yeah. So Johnny Kidd and the Pirates, you got what it takes. And Buddy Holly and the Crickets from Maybe Baby. Ray Vaughan, I like Ray Vaughan. Hard-headed woman from Elvis. I had to put that one up late because I remember that one year. Big Bubba, Chantilly Lace, and Richie Valens, Donna, Eddie Cochran, something else. Poison Ivy by the Coasters. Blue Suede Shoes when Elvis done that one. Little Richard, Rip It Up. Little Richard's Tutti Frutti, and Little Richard, She's Got It. Elvis is all shook up. School Days from Chuck Berry. Little Richard, Johnny. Listen to me, Buddy Holly. Love's made a fool of you. Elvis Presley Jailhouse Rock. Another one we put up because it had a good score. Lloyd Price, Loudy Miss Crowdy. And The Wanderer from Dion. And Buddy Holly's Brown Eyed Handsome Man. We will get it down to possibly the last 64, and it comes down there to 32 and that. But with 60s is ordered with thousands, and we've got to try and get that down. Yeah. Clarence Rockman Henry, don't know why, I love you, but I do. Gene Vincent, Bebop Lula. Just another different video of what was shot up. Elvis Presley One Night, Hound Dog, Chuck Berry, Go Johnny Go. Wilbert Harrison, Kansas City. Yeah. I'll just look through and see if I can see anybody that we haven't really covered. Some more Elvis going through there. Yeah. Well, of course, you got such a lot. Running Bear, 1959 with Johnny Preston. He got arrested. He was running Bear. Yeah. Yeah. Cliff Richards, Living Loving Door. Main Street from Cliff and Traveling Light. Plotters, You'll Never Know. I think it's probably the best. Three Steps to Heaven with Eddie Cochran. Summertime Blues, also 59. A little tune I used to like in 58, Lord Rockinham's 11. Hoots, man, as the most about this hoose. Yeah, more Bill Haley, Carl Perkins, Elvis, Guy Mitchell singing the blues. Donna, Bill Haley, Elvis Presley. Mystery Train, I like that one. Hard-headed woman, Elvis. People Balula, Fats Domino. Just different videos. Fats Domino, Blue Monday. Freddie Bell and the Bell Boys, yeah. Little Richard, again. Guy Mitchell. Viper Skipper Group with the Cumberland Gap. And Don't You Rock Me, Daddy O. Terry Dean did the same thing. White sport coat and a pink carnation in 57. Little Darling, Diamonds. Bobby Darin with Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. Curtis Lee with Pretty Little Angel Eyes. Thurston Harris, Little Bitty Pretty One. Yeah, 57. Yeah, some Everly Brothers, yeah, Claudette. More Buddy. Jimmy Rogers, English Country Garden. I think he's getting into the 60s now with us. Mr. Sandman showed that again. Well, I think I'm coming near that end. Tommy Sands, did you never hear of him? Teen Age Crush, 57. It wasn't that big though. Yeah. Marv Johnson, You Got What It Takes in August 1959. Later on, he was picking roses. Dwayne Eddie Hanafield, he's up, yeah. Sammy Masters, Rockin' Red Wing. And Sal Mineo, Start Moving. Ned Miller had a big hit with From a Jack to a King, but his 1957 version is up. But he had his big hit in the 60s when he re-released it. I understand the Lennon sisters. Not really listen to John Lennon? No. About four of them, yeah. Tommy Edwards is all in the game. Tony Crosby and his Rockets Teach You to Rock. Yeah, Bill Hayes, The Ballad of Davy Crockett. Yeah, we used to sing that as well. Craig Douglas has been mentioned. Only 16, 1959. I think I'm going to watch the end of it now. Jimmy Jones, Handyman, 1959. A very popular record by them. And also Please Don't Touch with Johnny Kidd and the Pirates, 1959. Yep. Yeah. So that's it. I've got what I've got for the 50s. Yeah. I just go back to the studio now and see you again. Yeah. I'm still putting a list together, but of course there's no reason why we couldn't go through the list. And we'll highlight some of them, you know. We'll fetch it down to more manageable numbers, you know, because 60s and 70s are literally in the thousands, you know. What kind of puzzle play them all, huh? We're looking for a good 100 or a good 64 or something like that. Yeah. And so there you are. So thank you very much, everybody. It's been a good night. And at least we made the start on the Battle of the Bands. Tomorrow I'll try and take the 60s on. Oh, that'll kill one. Much more than what it was in the 50s. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye bye for now. Bye bye.